what's up, y'all? This is Dick Hi-Fi, here again with another installment of the ABCs of the ASR. Talking about the ASR10 here, Ensoniq ASR10. It's a mighty machine. We're going to talk about the effects section of it today and how to use that and how to route instruments in and around it. So, first of all, we're going to be dealing with the Edit Amp feature. So we go to Edit Amp, and we have this little blippy instrument up here. That's what we're working with for our example. So let's say we want to get it through some reverb. We go hit Effects Select, right? You'll see it's off. 23 voice at 44. That's just your sampling rate, whatever it's in right there. So go up until you get to the ROM. You see ROM 01, Hall Reverb. That's the reverb. So there we go. We're through there. So if we go to Edit Amp, it says Out Bus 1. Now the buses are how you're going to route the signal around the keyboard. It's all going out eventually through the left and right, through your main outs. But with these buses, you're either going to route it into the effects section or you're going to go around the effects section. So this with bus 1 says just reverb. We're going right into the effects section. If we went up to bus 3, on most of the effects, it just says dry. This particular parameter has an option to do it. Its default is also dry. So if you go to Edit Effects, this is how we're going to edit these effects. This is how we're going to make our little changes to it. So let's go back to this, the effects. The Hall Reverb, so that's one. They have 50 pages of these, but each one has 4 different preset variations of it. So we go to Edit Effects. It says Variation 1. Favorite reverb. That's just what it's called in the machine. So if we scroll up, there's Variation 2, Variation 3, Variation 4. Each one has 4. So let's go back to 1. Scroll sideways. The first thing you see is bus 1. This is the mix, the reverb mix. So this is telling, it's determining how much of the signal is going to be going to that first bus. It's at 28 right now, which is a little over a quarter of the way up. So we got, where are we at here? There, let's go through the reverb. You got a little reverb through there, right? You turn it all the way up, super washed out, no original signal. Turn it all the way down, it's just dry, there's no effect. So back up there. Okay, so let's say we wanted that to go through the reverb, but we have another instrument, this guy. No, not that guy. This guy. And we don't want him to go through the reverb. We go to Edit, Amp, Bus 3. That's what we want. If it was Bus 1, it would have the effect on it. So we go Bus 3, and it says also reverb. But if we look over here, or Edit Effect, if we go to Bus 3, it's at 0. And that's why we don't hear any reverb on there. If we wanted to, we could add that. But we're going to leave it dry, because we want that option. Okay, so now you have that, say that's a bass line, going dry, and you have your blip going through the effect. That could be another effect. We could be going through delays, much the same way. Hear that? That's a delay. So we'd edit that effect. This one is stereo bounce, the first variation. It has a delay mix of 25. So if we turned it up to 50, the delay would be the same volume as the original signal. If you turned it up to 99, you wouldn't hear the original signal. You'd only get delay. So you can kind of see how that works. Let's put it right there. Now if you keep scrolling sideways, it's all the different parameters of how you can alter that effect. Bus 1 feedback. So that's the delay feedback. The higher you go up, the more it's going to feed back. The more it's going to linger on, rather. So you see if you turn it up to 75, you hear it keep going. Let's turn the volume up so you can hear a little bit better. So we put it back down to some, like here, 22 is good. It's kind of normal. And then the times, this is just, different parameters of how delays work. We're not going to get too much into each one. But that's basically it. That's the routing. This is how you go into the effects, edit your ramp, you put it through the buses. See that says dry, no effect. +1, going through your effect. So there's a lot of effects on there. Play around with them, explore them, use them a lot, use them a little bit, whatever you want to do. But hopefully that's enough for you to get started on that. So we'll see you next time.